Check out. Wide, 90. 11 feet.
On first down, it's Lott. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lott. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's going to be a long day. Hey, wahoo! Hey, check back 34.
Lott. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the Colts 41-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Lott. Dancing to his left. Throw caught here by Bird. 25 yards that time. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Luck now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Darrell Henderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Go, 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 go. 54. In your face. Kill, 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 kill. Back.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We go. 30 base. I'm here all day. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert. Go.
On second down, it's Pollard. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready, 18, Gator. 56-6, bullet high. Hard. Check. Hey, zoom. Switch. Let's go.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Watch that in. 4 down. 11 feet. Hurry.
Here's Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
It's your time.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On the set.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Yes. That's me.
On second down, Minshew. He completes it to Henry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Five. Get it.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Ready. 10 2 soft. Walk 54. 80 weapon. Hey, check 24. Yep. Check 24.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. That's a strong safety making a strong, hard tackle.
And we know his coach. Doesn't smile a whole lot, does he? How about that grin right there, ear to ear after that play?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Quick edge. Go, go. 36, 36. Under crunch. Ready.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. His throw incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check 99. Check 99. Leo. Shoot.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
22 yards there, a first down. Luck now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Luck now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. To throw is Luck. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again is Luck. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Demir Bird, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Go. 60 Pittsburgh. We got it. Snap.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Look at me. Zipper. Roll out. Fight.
Pollard going to try the right side. He's got a first down past the 30. And running with power here. A huge play that time for the Colts. 51 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and knock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
On second down, Pollard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Come on, set. 60 yards. 54. Hey, Delta. Cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, Haywood. Greystone, travel. Let's go.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Minshew. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. The final shot before the break. Luck. He's got it complete to Perkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready.
Mike 5-4. 3 buzz.
Go. Look, squeeze.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Ready.
Here's Pollard again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Go. Shoot.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
and probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. The throw over the middle, taken in. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing is Luck. Looking long for Westbrook. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. Minshew, 1st and 10. And it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Go. Hey, lock it.
Here's Pollard. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
Leo.
Here's Minshew to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Let's go, team. Big series right here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll go again to Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Being chased out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Topper! You're out!
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You. Go. Wide. Get wide.
Now Minshew. Complete. It's Henry. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Tight down. There you go.
Yes. Tighten up. Hey, Sam off.
Check 15.
Minshew sets to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Fresno. Look at me. Go on. Get it.
Run for Pollard. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Love. Throw caught here by Bird. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Love. Forced out to his left. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. In for the score. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Slams. Look at me. Zipper. Look. Squeeze. Shoot.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Colts on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
He's checking. Crash.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Right there, 54, Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
Smooth.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, I'm coming.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check 26, check 25.
They'll run for it with Pollard. He's got daylight. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tony Pollard, 66 yards. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now Luck, and now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's Luck. The open man is Westbrook. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and inches at the 37-yard line.
On second and very short. Luck. And he completes it to Westbrook.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
no
yards.
yardage. Okay.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A shotgun snap for Love. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Perkins. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the 1st, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go with Jones. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch. That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd down now, Pollard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2, and they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Miami, it was a game they really needed as they dropped back to 4-6.